This actually looks pretty good. Today in the Detail Garage, this actually looks pretty good. Today in the Detail Garage, as you can see, we've still got this Mustang. We started off by washing it to get off that road grime and debris that was sitting on the surface, and now we're going to clay it, because as we were washing it, we could tell that there was some grime and debris that were stuck in the pores of the paint, and if you listen, that rough sound is just things that have contaminated the surface and is making it harder for any kind of new either glazes, sealants, or waxes to bond to. And also, since there's some minor scratches and swirls in this paintwork, we're going to go ahead and address that. But before any polishing job, you want to clay it, because that's going to make it so you get the perfect result, and it's also going to make that perfect shine. So to get started, we're going to clay it. I have a light clay bar set up over here. And as you can see, I've got it kneaded up into a small patty. This is because whenever you use a clay bar, you're only going to be using 2 or 3 fingers. So it's going to cover just the surface of about 3 fingers, and we're going to work it back and forth using our clay luber. What I like to do is I'll spray the surface, I'll spray the bar, and I'll spray my hand, because this stuff is a sticky substance that's going to get stuck to the surface as well as yourself. But working back and forth using fairly light pressure, you don't want to scrub too hard. Working back and forth in straight lines, it'll start sounding kind of rough or it'll drag, but as you pull contamination out of the paintwork, it's going to get smoother and then it's going to get slick, and that's how you know when to move on. Now the great thing about clay is you can use it on paintwork, you can use it on glass, plastic. As you can see, this car has a 2-tone paint job. This is actually a vinyl wrap. In areas like up here on the windshield, you can see this black line. When you drive, dirt and contamination flies up on the windshield and then it gets stuck on this ridge here. So even using a clay bar, spray it on the surface, spray it on the clay, and then work back and forth, and it pulls off any kind of grime, debris, anything to give you back that perfect shine. So you can see that claying the vinyl stripes, this is going to help promote longevity to the vinyl, because things that are embedding themselves in the vinyl can actually deteriorate it and cause cracking or fading. So I'm going to continue this process over the rest of this vehicle, then we can get into the polishing steps. As you can see, we've just finished off with the claying process. After wiping it off, the surface is super smooth. I'll give you just a little test. All the contamination has been pulled out of the surface. Now it's super slick, now it's ready to be polished. And also I taped off the stripes because in the previous video I mentioned that this is a vinyl striping between the paint job. And since I didn't apply the stripes and I don't know how well the quality of the stripes are, I don't want to pull that off or cause any kind of fading or discoloration of the stripes. So by taping it, it's just a precaution so that it doesn't rip off or any kind of staining. So now we're going to move on to the polishing process. Over here I have our Torque X and a white pad. Place it on the machine. The reason I've gone with a white pad is because I want to have a nice smooth finish, and since this vehicle has minor scratches and swirls, we don't need to be very aggressive. And which is also why we're using the slick finish. This is a cleaner wax that has micro abrasives, which is going to take care of any minor scratches and swirls, and it's going to leave a protective layer of wax for gloss and protection. So to get started, I've already placed the pad on the machine. I'll shake this up, and this is going to mix everything together so we can have the perfect combination of wax and abrasiveness. And then we'll apply 5 dime-sized drops to our pad. And then also spray the pad with pad conditioner. And what this does is it adds lubrication to the pad, which it keeps reducing friction, which reduces marring, and also it's going to help lubricate the compound that we're using, or polish, because polish does have a breakdown time, and if it goes dry from an excessively hot pad, it's not going to give you the same results that you're looking for, and it can actually cause marring or burning. So we'll blotch it out on the paintwork. Starting in a small section, I'm just going to work in a foot-by-foot area. And then we'll spread it out on the lowest speed setting. And then when we're ready, we'll bump it up to the high speed setting where we're actually doing our polishing. So once your polish has gone clear, then you want to take a clean microfiber towel and just buff off the excess. Just working back and forth in straight lines. This is going to prevent adding any swirls to your freshly polished paint job. Just check that out. Beautiful metallic shine. And I'm going to repeat this process to the rest of this vehicle to get the perfect shine. So for those of you that are new to polishing, you may have noticed that I was working back and forth in straight lines and covering about 50% of my last pass. This is to get a uniform shine, and it's also going to remove any kind of scratches and swirls to give you that ultimate reflective gloss. Also, something that a lot of new guys do, or newcomers to polishing, is when you're using a rotary or a dual action, is you kind of hustle because you want to get the most shine and the best results, but you got to be patient when it comes to paint correction, because if you think about it, you're pulling off very fine layers of paint, and if you do too fast, you're going to burn it, or it's going to mar or cause holograms. So when it comes to polishing, just take your time, get the ultimate shine back. Now, one last thing that we're going to do is in between the stripes here, we're going to hand polish it, because a lot of you guys ask for how do you hand polish or what's the right products to use. So using our microfiber applicator and some slick finish, we're going to get in between the small intricate areas to give this car the ultimate shine. A lot of guys want to know if you can polish your whole car by hand. You can, but you have to have arms like Hulk Hogan. That thing looks good. Well guys, we're wrapping up the week-long Mustang detail. We started off by washing it, and then today we clayed it to get rid of any of those embedded impurities, and the polishing with slick finish gave it that ultimate shine and protection. So stay tuned for when we bring it back in the detail garage. We're going to seal it and wax it to give it more shine and more protection. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video just so you can see more of our top detailing tips and tricks. And also, if you have any comments or anything that you want to see in our videos, go ahead and drop a comment below. So, if you want to learn more about these products, check it out on our website, chemicalguys.com. We'll see you guys next time right here in the detail garage.